What's going on, everybody? Cowbell here. We're gonna be checking out some more LOTRO again. I don't know, I've just been on a LOTRO kick lately, so I keep kind of gravitating towards it. I hope that's something that you guys are enjoying, but you can always let me know about that in the comments or in chat. How's everybody doing today? Alright, let's get this show back on the road again. I know some of you were asking last time what exactly it was that what server I was on, rather. Words or things sometimes. I know some of you were asking what server I was on before, and the answer to that is Landraval. So if you are playing LOTRO, that is the server that I am on. It's free to play. The requirements are pretty low, so if it's something that interests you, feel free to check it out. They have it on Steam. You can just get it straight off of the website. I can post that in chat if you guys are looking for it. Just let me know. Jackie, what's up? Oh, man. It's always good to see you guys. The loot's already? Where? Where for? It's me. Which checks? Oh, I always screw that up. Jack Spedicy. I know it's been said. I know it's been said, but I never get it right. Thank you for the loots, by the way. The sky is still up. You're right about that. I'm just gonna... That's just me. I'm just gonna keep saying that because that's me. And you're gonna keep getting me on it. But that's okay, because I'm still gonna keep doing it. Also, let me get the volume up a little higher, because I can barely hear the game at all on my end. Right when I tweeted. Oh, nice. Yes, the YouTube sends out a tweet. I have it set up so YouTube sends out a tweet. I just write it before I go live, and then it will post it as soon as I go. So, thank you for that. And the loots, actually, it really does make a difference for you guys who are wondering. Loots is a way to send free tips to support the channel here, to support the community. It is basically a ad-based service, so all you need to do is go to the link. It's in the description if you're on YouTube. Or if you're on Twitch, you could do !loots, or you can look at the panels. There's a panel for loots as well. And all you need to do is put in an email address or make a free account so you don't have to do that ever again. And then your message and maybe CAPTCHA, or maybe just click a checkbox, and that's it. And you can do it every 15-20 minutes. It does actually help to support the channel, so I definitely do appreciate that. And I hope you guys enjoy getting to see your messages come up on the middle of the screen for everybody and just getting it out there a little bit more than chat can do. It still sounds low to me. Why does it sound so low? Title awarded. Oh, right, yeah. I made a kinship. But there's nobody in it. I just kind of used it because I was like, I am running out of inventory space, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this thing. So I'm assuming it's still around, right? Right? I don't know the shortcut key for that. Social panel. Yeah, is it O? It's O. Kinship. Yeah, it's still around. Lifespan rank 3. Yay. We can do titles now. So the way that kinships work is it's basically like a guild in regular MMOs. And your ranks come along at certain times. As you can see on this one, next rank is 4, and there's a week remaining for that. So the longer that the kinship is around, the higher your rank will go up. Doesn't have to do with earning points or doing activities or anything like that. And you get different aspects depending on the rank. So eventually, like right now, all the stuff we have is you can have a message of the day. You can give different titles for people in the kinship, and you have a special chat for just kinship as opposed to having to do like a party chat or something else. And the next one has officer chat once that comes in a week. But that is, it's just something that'll passively grow. So I made the cowbell crew. I figured that was suitable given given the community we've got here. I'm supposed to be reading, but whatever. What are you supposed to be reading, Jackie? What you got on the agenda? I remember summer reading. There was, I would pretty much all the time procrastinate, and I would always regret it later and just be like, oh, I gotta read this in 2 days. Oh, the worst time I did that was actually having to do with AP U.S. history, and we had to read a book, and we also had to read some chapters in the textbook because we were pretty much coming back and taking a test in the first week. And I mean, I made it through just fine, but those were a rough few weeks, let me tell you. We had to read Uncle Tom's Cabin. I will never forget that. Never forget it. So you're reading a choice book. Oh, so you get to decide. Lord of the Flies. Oh, I actually love Lord of the Flies. So that is a great book. You know, Once Upon a Time, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the game Neverwinter Nights, but they had, the original Neverwinter Nights was very pixely and Lestat, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. How are you doing? But Neverwinter Nights, it was very pixely, and it was, I got it because I was excited. I was like, oh, cool. It's sort of MMO. Like, I mean, you can have private servers, and you can join multiplayer and stuff like that. That's cool. No, I'm not going to, Jackie. It was something where I was playing Lord of the Flies. I was playing Neverwinter Nights, and I was like, this would be really cool, because we had to do a project. And I was thinking about it. I didn't end up doing it, but I was like, it would be really cool with Neverwinter Nights, how you can set up, it's Dungeons and Dragons, basically. So you can set up different maps, you know, they have their toolkit and stuff like that. You could DM stuff. And I was like, I know it would be really cool. It'd be really cool if I made if I made like a map and like a scenario based on Lord of the Flies. I never actually did it, but I thought that would be really, really cool. Also, I want to check, how is the signal right now? Because I'm actually on wireless, and if it is getting shaky at all, like, it seems to me like my character is having some trouble. So if that continues, I'm probably going to go ahead and get up and plug into the router. I'm going to have to move a couple things around, though, so it'll take me a minute. But I don't want to disappear from you guys unless it seems like that's what needs to happen. So, so just please let me know if it's a problem, because I don't want to give you guys something where you're like, this is kind of unwatchable and the quality is weird. So yeah, please give me a heads up on that. Also, everything is breaking, so I'm probably just gonna go ahead and do that right now, just to make sure that everything's okay. But I will, I'm just gonna post this in chat also, because I want to make sure that you guys see that you're not like, why is a guy just standing here with nobody in the webcam and he's just sitting in a random town in Lord of the Rings. So let me just write about this in case the message isn't getting out through video. I don't know how choppy it is or what's going on right now. So let me just post about that real quick. Just hooking up to the router. Be right back. All right. So I'm just going to take this off for just a second, and I will be back in probably less than a minute. So hang tight, everybody. All right. How's that? Is that any better? Any more luck? I also realized I should get Discord up, because some of you may be trying to write to me there, and it would be really unfortunate if I wasn't seeing all of that. That'd be kind of short-sighted of me. All right. Cool. Alright, so yeah, I won't actually be monitoring that live, per se, Discord, while we're live here. But I will at least have that up, so in case anything is going on and you're having trouble getting in touch with me in any of the other ways, at least I'll have another method open. So that is the plan. Oh, what is going on with this though? Let me also make sure that it is not trying to connect through wireless and wired, because that could potentially be kind of weird. I could see that causing a problem. Things okay. Let's see. Looks like we are live again. That's pretty much what I was going for. All right. I think I fixed this, but the game is still giving me some issues. I'm not really sure why it won't let me move, because that seems like an important thing in an MMO. But, you know, I mean, I can turn fine. Usually this happens when there's some lag issues and you're having trouble connecting to the server, but I know for a fact that I just went and hooked up to the router physically, so connection has been reestablished and lost. Okay. I'm actually going to try going back to the main menu for a second. But are you guys still with me, or are there still problems with that? Because I want to make sure that everything's working on your end as I'm playing around with the game. I'd rather get YouTube and Twitch live more than the game live. That way I can at least interact with you guys and chat with you. Even logging out is having problems. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to exit the game entirely. We're just going to try this from the top. So it might look a little weird for a second. It's not running, Steam. Don't lie to me like that. That's better. Okay, just gotta wait for it to do the login thing now. But I'm assuming it'll be better now that I'm actually hooked up to the literal router as opposed to going off of wireless, because streaming in wireless is generally not a great idea. So I can see why it might be a problem. But that all being said, it should be working fine now. So hopefully that's the case. I mean, I can get through the login fine, so I'm assuming that that's okay. But if you guys wouldn't mind just letting me know in chat that everything is operational. I just want to make sure that that's at least working. And in fact, I'm going to write that also, just in case the video is not coming out right now. Let's see. Hey, name sure name. How's it going? I guess that means it's working. Perfect. Thank you for helping me to test that. Yeah, I just want to make sure, because I realized after I went live, I was like, I'm still using the wireless adapter. I should probably fix that if I'm going to be streaming. And seemed to have some issues with that. It didn't take too kindly to me trying to do that, so I'm glad that it's working now. But yeah, that's even the game was having problems with it. It's like, we'll let you turn, but we won't let you engage with anything regarding chat or moving. How about that? You could stay right in this spot, but we won't let you do anything else. So yeah, that was an interesting time. Remember that time when it did things I didn't want? I remember it like it was just a few minutes ago. But how are you doing, by the way? Everything good? I am going the wrong way. Let's try turning around and maybe go the way that involves me leaving Rivendell. Because I don't think you guys... I mean, the visuals are great, don't get me wrong, but I don't think you guys want to see me just, like, looking around and being like, oh, man, it's some interesting water there. Look at the way that just completely changes. depending on the timing. It's not even the angle, it's just the timing. Or maybe it was the angle. I guess it was the angle. Yep. You can change the way the water looks. I had that problem when I was playing around with Unity 3D. They had some default stuff for water effects. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Let me try this thing. But depending on which angle you were looking at it and where you were in comparison to it, it could just completely change the appearance of the entire body of water. And I was like, that doesn't really look the way I want it to. Ugh. So, yeah, I see that and I'm like, I remember what that's like. I remember quite well. But yeah, no, Unity actually, if you're planning on checking out game dev stuff and you want to try it out, there are plenty of tutorials. I've done some stuff with Game Maker, I've done some stuff with Unity. And Unity, I feel, is better suited to 3D and involves a little bit more of the programming side of things, I would say. Game Maker seems to be more script based, and it'll help you with sample code in a sense, because the way that Game Maker has it, you can write your own code, sure, with their language, which, if I remember correctly, is mostly Java based. But if you want to and you're not familiar, they actually have boxes, so you can do like this drag and drop type of thing, like a very intro, you know, I think they call them blocks. So you can take a block. Oh, that's a much higher fall than I thought that was gonna be. I didn't even know I was near the edge. Well, I guess I took the short way down, but that's okay. So let's see. The thing with that is that you could take like a block of, say, like when, I don't know, when, let's say you're playing asteroids, and it'll be like when this item, which will be the asteroid, goes outside of this X, or the, you know, lower than this X, then it cycles around. You just add a certain amount of X to it, so it'll just like move it back over to the other side, so you can have it kind of looping. And you can kind of just drag blocks instead of actually physically writing the code by hand. So it's great for intro stuff, in my opinion. But Unity, I didn't see that aspect quite as much, but it had a little bit more functionality, in my opinion. Remember me? I was what? Yeah, Charles. Hey, how's it going? I do remember you. How have you been? That's right, from PAX. You're talking about Shelby from the PAX video. Yes. Yes, actually, a lot of you guys found me through Shelby, so that was something that was very unexpected. It was a really cool time, actually. Oh, well, that's how gravity works. You just kind of hang in the air. But it's really cool how that whole convention went. It's the first time that I really spent a lot of time waiting for panels to talk to people and things like that. But oh wait, why did I go back into town? I just was completely not paying attention. Yeah, I totally did that. All right, that's better. Let's try this way. Sarah, thanks. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? I am feeling a bit better. I do appreciate that. Also, it was, so for those of you guys excuse me. For those of you guys who don't know, I have had some back issues over the past year. I actually had surgery on it last summer. And it was a relatively minor surgery as far as back surgeries are concerned. But every so often, it kind of acts up. So I ended up having to take a few days off of work even. And that's why you didn't see me last Thursday. I was not feeling well. And I also wasn't feeling well on top of that. Like food-based, or, you know, like at least, like almost like sick on top of the back pain. So I was like, I don't think I could sit in a chair that long, and I'm not feeling well on top of it. I'm just gonna have to call this one, and I'll start up again on Tuesday. But thank you guys for your understanding with all that, and for all the well wishes. It does mean a lot hearing from you guys. Very impatient now. What was that about? Saw the game. Can't wait till middle of Shadow of War comes out. Oh, okay. You saw the this one or what was it? Shadows of Mordor. Was that the one that you were saying, or just from watching my stuff? Because I didn't even realize, I haven't been keeping on top of all that stuff, but I didn't even realize that they were rolling out another game. I did pick up Shadows of Mordor, though, when it was on the Steam Summer Sale, so I'm excited to check that out at some point. I've just been on a LOTRO kick lately. I don't know why, but I am just going to ride it out virtually, apparently, as well as figuratively. That pun was definitely not intended when I started talking, and then it eventually hit that point where I was like, I'm just gonna own it. It's alright. Let's just own this. Not feeling too good either. Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter, Sarah? I definitely shot him, and he's definitely taking damage, but it's not registering anything. Well, I mean, it kind of registers, but it's just really, really sluggish with it. I'm not really sure what's going on. And now everything just caught up. It's like, oh, by the way, you almost killed him. I don't know what's going on right now with the server connectivity stuff. Last time I had this issue, it was because I was using wireless. So, it shouldn't be happening now, because I switched over to wired. I do not understand. Also, I need to... Oh, never mind. Fine, we'll do it your way. If you insist. We'll do it this way. And... Oh, he's almost dead. There we go. So this will give us a speed boost. This will find any artifacts nearby that I need for the scholar stuff. My guy's a scholar. He's the historian. To list off the actual vocation. And what that means is that he's the only crafting class actually that has the scholar profession, and that has a lot of cool stuff. It's expensive to run from what I've heard, but you can get some pretty cool stuff, and he's actually the only one where you can, the only profession that gathers his own stuff from nodes as well as actually processes them into things. Like, the closest you can get to that otherwise is farmer / cook, and I think the yeoman vocation might be the only one that has both of those in the same set of professions. The way the professions work is you get, or the vocations rather, is you get 3 different professions of the 9, I believe, in total. So they have 6 different vocations, and you kind of gotta pick one. You can switch, but if you're going to a new skill, like any new profession that you pick up, whenever you are getting rid of another one, you lose all the progress that you've made. So you kind of don't really want to switch unless you have to. Let's see. So I'm back near concert venue. Oh, Riverport. Cool. That's pretty cool. I actually live near a concert venue also. Jones Beach is in the relative vicinity. And I know some people might know that who are familiar with the New York area. But I've been to a few concerts there. It's a pretty cool area. It's open air, which I always thought was cool. Until you realize that also means bugs and stuff at night. But fortunately, the lights kind of attract them, so they tend to stay away from the people. Let's see what else though. I was listening. Oh, Iron Man and Def Leppard play. Nice. That, you know what? That's actually something that I noticed with the amphitheater near here also. I can't hear it from the house, but there are people that actually just stay in the parking lot. They don't even buy tickets. They stay in the parking lot, bring like a cooler, and they hang out and just listen to whoever is playing. And I mean, I think that's pretty cool if you can pull it off. There's really nothing I can do to stop that other than trying to move you, but you're in a parking lot that you are allowed to be in, so I totally get what you mean with hanging around and just kind of listening. So you're like, well, everything's just coming this way anyway, so we're just gonna ride this one out, a little bit of a free sample. But that's pretty cool that you got Def Leppard over there right now, and Iron Maiden. Live near swimming pool, basketball court, kids screaming. Hey, what's going on? How are you? Give me a friend. Check out on Twitch. You know what? I don't know when I'll have time. I will try to check out some of your stuff. When do you usually go live, though? Timing is usually a big issue for me because I'm involved with working full-time, commuting about 3 hours a day between going and coming back, and then trying to finish setting up the apartment in general. I know that's been a constant thing, but it really is amazing when you move into your first apartment, how many things you don't realize that you need that you don't just have lying around. Like curtains or furniture of any kind. Kitchen table. I mean, there were a lot of things where we're just like, oh yeah, we're kind of gonna need some of that, aren't we? So you kind of learn over time, and Amazon has been wonderful for that, by the way. But yeah, timing might be a little bit of an issue, but I will certainly try. And I'll probably also ask you to send me a whisper, or if you have me on Discord also, if you join the community over there, you can always send me the info over there. That way I have it in a place where it will be saved, and I'll be able to look at it at a glance and not have to like watch a 2-hour video just to try and find where that one spot was that the names of the channel came up. Oh right, I need more slots for this sort of thing. Might be streaming Shadow Moar or live full gameplay. Oh, okay. I can't. Maybe 10 minutes. Oh wait, you do it. What, like 10 minutes of 10 minutes of gameplay? Or sorry, I just got a little confused on the way that you go about it. Also, I need to drop something. Let's get rid of, how about something from Breland? We're really not going to be missing any of these anyway. Bye. Don't need that. Oops. Or I could just decline it and have to kill something else again. You know, that's possible too. Be laying here and then I'll feel sick and nothing off and on. So no idea how that came about, Sarah? So like for me, it's usually like a dehydration thing or a sleep thing. Sleep is a big one for me, actually. I do want to do a video about that and about the importance of taking care of yourself. And not to sound like preachy or anything, because I do a routinely terrible job of it myself. But I'm hoping that in the end that we can share with each other things that we do and things that help us, and maybe together we can help make a difference with helping, you know, either each other or helping somebody else who's coming by how to better take care of themselves and focus on that, because it's really important. It really is important to put you high on the priority list. And there is so much that you can do when you're rested. It's amazing how different things seem from my perspective, at least in my experience. When I'm rested, I notice that there's a lot more energy, there's a lot more just like I'm more focused on things. So from my experience, it really pays if you can manage to do that. I know it's not as simple as like just go to bed earlier. You know, there's plenty of things, and everybody's circumstances are different. But hopefully we can help each other out. That's kind of what I'm hoping. What the goal is. Let's see. Oh, you're gonna start maybe 10 minutes. I'm definitely gonna be streaming still then, so I wouldn't be able to check it out now. But I mean, I'm not opposed to the concept of taking a look. Going to sleep around midnight. Drank enough water. Food poisoning. Ugh, hopefully not. Food poisoning sucks. You know, it's one of those things where it feels terrible and it goes away quickly enough, all things considered. It's not like the flu where you're stuck with it for a while. But at the time, it just feels miserable. And you're like, oh, God. I was fine. I was absolutely fine. As it's especially... It seems even worse if the food was really enjoyable and you're like, it was so good and now it makes me feel so bad. But there's really that's one of those things where you just kind of have to like tough it out, stay hydrated, and you know, especially if it's, you know, if you hit the point of like having to like your body just deciding that it's like it's time to get this out of my system right now. Staying hydrated is important with that sort of thing, because you don't want to run into a position where your body is trying to remove it and then it's also kicking out a lot of water, and then you want to be dehydrated and you get sick or have headaches or whatever because of that. So definitely a good idea if you notice that that's the way it's going, to stay hydrated. All right. Starting now. All right, sounds good, Charles. Good luck with yours, and I'll looking forward to seeing you for the next time. Let's see. So, I mean, we're pretty much just gonna wander around a little bit, because this is a high enough level area that we can actually do pretty well with experience and stuff, especially since we can handle the stuff that's here. So, might as well, really. It's not changing all that much. We're getting some pretty good experience just from kills alone. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ow, my everything. 30 seconds. I love how in this game, I think if you fall far enough, it starts to actually hurt you instead of just breaking your legs. But for a decent distance, it pretty much just says, okay, we're going to increase the time that your legs are broken by multiples of 6 seconds, depending on how far you fell. I was like, that's pretty interesting. That's how you do this, but it makes falling a lot less dangerous, I'll tell you that. Especially if you don't fall into something, like enemies you can't handle while you are running away from other enemies that you couldn't handle. Because that becomes a bit of a problem real fast. Right, let's just put him down real quick. No reason to really drag out this fight. Cool. Alright. I mean, I know I'm just kind of wandering in circles right now, but one of the other focuses that I like to do, especially lately with these sorts of streams, I just love talking to you guys and hearing what's going on with your lives, what's on your minds. And I'm definitely not opposed to if the conversation goes in a deep direction. What I don't look for is a confrontational one. You know, if it's going to be something like generally politics, religion, those are like the golden two, like just for conversation in general, whether it's work or people that, you know, you're just becoming friendly with or acquaintances or whatever. Generally, you try and stay away from those two topics because that's got a lot of potential to upset somebody, and it's typically pretty polarizing and people feel pretty strongly about them. So outside of that, though, there are plenty of topics that are fair game. And I mean, we've touched on some subjects in the past that have been a little bit, you know, heavy, whether it's typically around the charity events where it'll be more something like when we did the Child's Play fundraiser or St. Jude. You know, and there's usually a lot associated with that one, or with those two, I should say, because it's focused on kids in hospitals. I mean, there's always going to be a serious undertone with that, but it's important to get it out there and to try and make a difference with that sort of thing, because they rely on the help from people like us. So, oh, you're on Beam. Okay, yeah, you know, I've heard of Beam. I've thought about it before, but I never really checked into it too much or got into it. Maybe I will sometime. Oh, actually, oh, never mind. It was from Bleed. I was like, did I just hurt myself from that fall? Because that shouldn't have been that far. This is going to be one of those guys that hands out quests. And it's like, kill all of the things that are here in this area. So I guess we should start clearing out some other ones. Alright. We'll cancel this one. And this one. Who else? Oh, these are all the bounties. I mean, you can get some good stuff from that, but I don't really need the journeyman scrolls quite so much right now. I may hold on to it anyway, though. We shall see. Right. We could probably get rid of this one, actually. I'm not gonna need that. What else do we have that we don't really care about? Great Barrow. Yeah, we can dump that one. Introduction, definitely not. That's not going to help anything. But we can get rid of some of these. I already have some of those, so I don't want to get rid of that. Let's get rid of this one, I think. I think that should be... Or you know what? We have the 6 we need. Never mind. I don't need to get rid of anything else. Pick up all the quests. Kill badgers. Saw that coming.
You may be of service to me.
Collect the rare flower. Interesting. Okay. Sure. We'll do it.
Megavanen, might you spare a moment of your
Kill
time?
bears. What else you want me to kill?
Swilad Melon, will you stay?
Boars.
You may be of
Kill
service to me.
flies.
Swilad Melon.
Kill lynx.
Stay a moment.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Greetings, friend.
That is
How may I be of
standard
help?
MMO
Swilad
right
Melon.
there.
How may I be of service?
Kill all the things here. Just murder everything. Don't worry, they don't feel pain or remorse. It's fine. They're not real. They're not real people. Okay, I think I got rid of everything that is important. I'm also just gonna lock these things. And you can choose to show the stuff that you've locked, but I typically like to not do that because it makes it a little cleaner when you're just trying to sell off the junk that you've collected, you know, the trophy stuff. So for me, I'll just kind of leave it the way it is without showing that, and then I can see at a glance real quick, like, yep, that's everything I want to sell, and just do sell all. And that's just the way that I typically run things. Works for me. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for, really. But yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, the system for inventory. I like it in general. Especially, you know, I had to actually open inventory to show this part off. But I like the fact that there is a search box right here. So like the blackberries. And, you know, it just kind of highlights even things on the quick bar. If it's an item, you can see it kind of decides to show it or not, depending on your search. So I think that's a really handy and a nice lightweight solution. But outside of that, there's not too much to say about it. It's an inventory system. Your throat hurts. Why? Why for throat hurt? That doesn't sound like food poisoning, though. I haven't heard of a throat pain coming from food poisoning in my time. Just my experience. Not like I'm an expert in food poisoning or a doctor or anything like that. I don't even play a doctor on TV. or YouTube, for that matter. But just from my experience in general, it doesn't sound like food poisoning. What else do we have here? So I have characters for all the crafts. I'm sure that some of you know that I'm huge into crafting systems. And it's not like this one is complicated, but I typically try to cover as many crafting bases as I can. So I do actually have someone for metal, metalworking and stuff like that, and they actually just got enough proficiency with the lower tiers to be able to mine this stuff. Only problem is they're too low of a level to really effectively be here. So I can send them in, but they're gonna have to just kind of dodge everything that exists that hates people. So I don't know how well it's gonna go. I might need to level them a little bit more first. But I've got them pretty good on proficiency for that, and I want to build on that so that I can make better tools and stuff for the higher level characters. But it's a bit of a balance. Alex, hey, how's it going? How have you been? Just shooting all the things. Tell you that piercing or penetrating shot, is that what it's called? Yeah, penetrating shot. That thing hits like a truck. Just love having that so accessible, and it has no induction time. You pretty much just use it. Even if I didn't have this whole, being able to shoot while moving and use skills while moving thing, I could still use it on the go, and I love that about it. Plus, I mean, it uses 3 of the focus, but I mean, typically we're generating so much anyway, and the fights are over so quickly that I can just sit down, bam, focus got back. You know what I meant to say. You know what I meant. But yeah, no, there's been a lot going on. Just, I mean, well, I already talked to you guys a little bit regarding the wedding and stuff like that. That was a great time. Let's say a week and a half ago now. But that was a lot of fun. And we were out of town from that Friday until Monday night we got back. So I end up back in work on Tuesday, which was probably not the best decision in hindsight. Probably should have taken another day, because I think that by doing that by Wednesday, it was pretty much wearing me down, and that's where the whole back thing came from. I was like, you know what, I need to now take sick days because I didn't give myself the time to rest. And that kind of ties into what I was talking about before, with how it's really important to take care of yourself, and it's something that I am not great at. I'm sure, just even from talking with some of you, I know that's something that a lot of people have issues with, and that's another reason why I'm really looking forward to doing that video down the line. I just need to get a little time to allocate to it, as is always the case. It's laggy. How laggy is it? Because I'm looking at my stats on OBS, and it's not really showing too much of a lag issue. I'm just gonna not focus on the game for 1 second. Definitely still chatting with you guys though, but I want to see what's going on with this a little bit. YouTube thinks the health is good. And I can open Twitch real quick and just take a look. I know sometimes it can be, if you have a bunch of other stuff running or things like that, or if the internet is laggy on, it could really be either end, or potentially on the YouTube end or Twitch. Depends on what's going on. I don't need to see myself live right now. What I do need is to see the general health. And it looks like that's coming through just fine. Also on Twitch, it says nothing recommended. So you may want to check out yours real quick and just maybe try a refresh or something like that. What are you watching on, by the way, Alex? And thanks for the confirmation also, Sarah, on that. Because, I mean, I could see my end just fine, but seeing my end doesn't really help too much when it comes to lag issues, because for me, it has to go from me to me. So if there's a lag issue, it's not like it has to travel anywhere. So I don't see the issues that sometimes you guys might see with things, whether it's quality or lag issues, you know, speed based. So it definitely does help to have some extra input from you guys on that sort of stuff. Are these strawberries? Are you being nice to me? My girlfriend was kind enough to bring strawberries, so now we're going to turn this into a social eating channel while casually playing LOTRO and talking with all of you. Thank you. But yes, this is happening right now. So actually, that reminded me of something that I've been meaning to ask you guys. Which is not related to healthy food at all, actually. It's related to ramen. So I know some of you guys are big fans of ramen, and that's something that Jillian and I really like a lot too. So I was curious what sort of brands you guys like for that sort of stuff. I'd definitely like to know that. Maybe we'll even try some out on videos. Maybe. We'll see where it goes. Oh, there is something to be said about like a nice piece of fruit. I know that's totally random for you guys. That's not what you came here for, but just distracted me. I'm sorry. I couldn't focus. Couldn't help myself. Also, I should probably make sure that my guy doesn't die. So let's make sure that this guy does die instead. There we go. That's much better. I'm just gonna let him rest for a second. But what has been going on with you guys? Because I always love to hear from you guys. So, Sarah, I know you're not feeling well. Hopefully that turns around soon. What else has been going on though? I mean, I know I was talking about how I'd like to do a video regarding feeling or, you know, taking care of yourself and all that sort of stuff. But that doesn't mean that we can't talk about it in general. So if there's something on that topic, just because I said I want to make a video about it, if there's something that jumps out at you with it, go ahead and bring it up in chat, because I'd be happy to chat some about it right now. It might give me some ideas for what I want to talk about in there as well. Which is always appreciated. I love it when you guys get involved with the videos, especially in that regard. You know, not just like the, oh yeah, I'm just gonna say, you know, nice video. I love to get feedback from you guys and hear ideas and see what you think. I don't know what brand of ramen I get. Just look at the color of the packages. Well, if you do find out, let me know. Because we're on the hunt. We're on the hunt for new types. And thought it might be kind of cool to involve you guys in that decision. Maybe I can talk her into doing videos. Shh. Don't tell her I'm plotting. But yeah, no, that's something that we actually, the last time we actually got a box, we bought, I forget what it was called. I think it was like an Ichiban, I think might have been the brand, but it was a box, like a literal box off of Amazon, and it just had 30 of them, 30 packets. It's like, oh, all right, well, this is happening. We're having a lot of this, and I did not really regret it because we spaced it out enough. So it wasn't one of those where you're like, maybe I should try having other foods for a more balanced diet or something like that. No, we did a good enough job with that, but the ramen was delicious. Actually, I don't even think it was technically ramen. I think it was like it was the noodle, but it wasn't the right, it was the right type of noodle, but I don't think it was technically ramen, but it was delicious. Maruchan. All right, sounds good. I'll have to write that one down. If you wouldn't mind actually even sending me that as a message in Discord or one of the other, you know, services, whether Instagram, whatever else, just somewhere where I can have it handy that's not gonna disappear after we're done with the stream tonight. But yeah, ramen. You know, I was never into ramen as much before Jillian and I started living together, because I never really made it. You know, when I was in college, most of the time I had a meal plan, and I would typically just work with that. When I was off campus, I would buy, you know, whether it was, you know, chicken or whatever else, and then the rest of the time I would buy like Trader Joe's frozen pizzas and just cook those. And I mean, outside of that, it didn't really do too much. Did make a mean pancake though, which actually I bought the old mix, the pancake and waffle mix from Trader Joe's rather, that we used to use. So that, I'm excited that I have that, because it'll just bring back the memories once I get around to making some of it. But with the wedding and all the diet stuff, we were trying to cut it a little bit back on the carbs aspect, and that is pretty heavy on that. So we kind of just like, all right, we're gonna put this in the closet. It's not gonna go bad, and eventually we'll get around to having this. What else are we doing? Oh, I found another one of those guys. Binder, Fen Creeper Binder. Is he a 3-ring binder or a 2-ring? If I shoot him with arrows, will I find out? Alright, fine. If you're going to wander over that way, we're just going to pick up the blackberries first, so we don't have to do that later. You know, whatever floats your boat. Yeah. Oh, we deflected it. The deflections can cause problems when I'm relying on burst damage, like from that penetrating shot. Oh, right, that's why I was trying to drop another quest before. Let's actually get rid of this one now. Just passed that area and arrived in Rivendell. Nice. Rivendell is actually an area that I think is really, really cool. I'm not as familiar with it as I am places like Estelden, but it is pretty cool to look at. And there's a lot of good stuff there, especially if you're playing a scholar, like my guy's a historian. So if you're playing someone who's a scholar, then you really need to get there for the superior stuff, and anything over, you know, once you start hitting into artisan level, once you pass expert, then you definitely want to get there, because that's where all your superior study stuff is. And the Scholars Guild on top of that. But welcome, by the way. How you doing, Iggy? Brother just posted something on Facebook of this gigantic spider in Australia. Yeah, Australia typically has lots of really deadly things. It seems like it's pretty much the place where everything tries to kill you. Let's see. There's a couple of spider outside their house. You know, they should burn their house down. Yeah, I feel like people would just be like, are you ever going to get to leave again? Because it sounds like you're being held hostage by this spider. Looks great. First time there. Nice. Aragorn and Boromir, Legolas, Gimli. Yep. They're all there waiting for us. Yep. I thought that was really cool too, when you walk in the first time and you head in there and you start getting quests about, even if it's just delivering letters. I think the first one from Aragorn, where you're like, oh man, this is pretty cool. Now I'm getting to see these people that you always read about in the books or watch in the movies. You know, like now my character's actually starting to get involved with them instead of like the early stuff where it's a lot of like, well, just, you know, try and take care of them and look out for them, and they try and get it exciting, but I mean, for me, I usually just kind of wander around and just do some basic quests and just get on with it. But I do want to do a lot of the epic stuff. I think that they did a good job with it. I just am typically not running through that because I'm usually focusing so much on the crafting aspect of things and worrying more about that. So cool. Been playing all the nearest now. Yeah, I don't blame you. You know what? MMOs are very easy to get heavily invested in and spend a lot of time in. That's actually why, on principle, I don't play games that have a subscription, a monthly subscription-based service for their MMOs, or for games in general, really. And that doesn't mean that I never will, but I try to avoid it. And I do a pretty good job of that. The reason why is because I know myself, and I know that what's going to happen is I'm going to sit down and say, I'm spending X money to have access to the server for a month. Therefore, I should play it as much as possible during this month to get the most for my money. And that can be really, really unhealthy. That's why I like the free-to-play ones, because I can put it down for a couple days. I'm not going to feel like I wasted any money, or like I'm spending, you know, not spending time that I could to get stuff done that I need to do, and wasting the subscription. So that's my general stance on the monthly subscription based model and why I try to avoid it. But I imagine I'm not the only one that feels that way regarding it. Yeah, it's so easy to fall into the trap, and I try not to. Like, I loved Final Fantasy 14 when they remade it. I didn't really play the original when everybody was complaining about it and all that, but I did play A Realm Reborn when they first rolled out with it, and I was like, this is amazing, this is so cool, but you just sink all your time into it, and that's the only thing you do. And if I were to do that, I mean, I could do YouTube and streaming and Twitch and all that for it, but that would be the only thing that I'd be doing then, even in my downtime, and it would just drive me into a bad place, and I know it. VIP. I am not VIP. I do have a premium account, though. For me, I actually went and they were running a sale. This was probably a couple of years ago, I want to say now. They were running a sale on the quad pack, so the first 4 expansions that they rolled out. And it came with a few extra character slots and some, at that time, Turbine points. That was when Turbine used to own it. And it was maybe like 10 or 20 bucks for the 4 of them. Now I think it might be more. But when I saw that sale go out, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to get a lot of extra content. And I'll have the premium account. That'll be great. I'll get some points. And that was well worth the money at the time. I think it got me all the expansions up to Riders of Rohan. I think was the last one that it got me. So I don't have Helm's Deep. I don't remember if I bought that separately at the time. I would need to check that. And I definitely don't have anything after that. I know that much. But it was a worthwhile investment for me. And, you know, the VIP thing, that goes back again for me to the monthly subscription angle, where I don't want to fall into the trap. And I don't want to end up sitting down and saying, I need to spend all my time on this. So that's why I avoid that as well. But I hear there are lots of good benefits for it. I just know myself and know how I would handle it, so I just stay away from it entirely. Stick to my stuff, try and earn LOTRO points and buy things that I need. Like, for instance, I would pick up the Crafting Guild access. You know, I have the Scholars Guild, I have the Woodworkers Guild, I have the Cooks Guild. So that's already 3 out of your 6, I believe, total guilds that are in the game. And crafting is important to me, so that's why I put a focus on that. Obviously, you pretty much, when you're going to be playing the game, one of the first things that you're probably going to want to pick up is the riding skill, so that way you can actually use mounts. And that will save you so much time. So that's an important one. I made a wrong turn. Oops. That's an important one to get. The premium wallet, I know, is another one that people tend to focus on. I don't have that yet. I thought I did, but it turns out I don't. But that's a little bit more expensive. That's running you, I think, $9.95 without any sales. So my next focus, honestly, for LOTRO points is probably going to be shared storage, because it can start to add up a little bit when you're mailing, especially with crafting focus, when you're mailing stuff constantly to yourself. Or it adds up in time when instead your solution is, let me put stuff in my house's chest and then get on that character, get to my house again, pick up the stuff, and then bring them over to wherever crafting station they need to go to. Because that involves a lot of quick travel. You know, it involves your using your 1 hour cooldown, travel to house, and then your milestone probably. And you kind of need to keep your milestone locked in to wherever you need to be for crafting. Which, I mean, I tend to do anyway, but it puts you in a spot where you could easily run into problems with it. You know, you're eating up so much time, as opposed to just throw it in a vault somewhere and the other person can just go to any vault keeper and get it. Let's see, how's that? 183? 183 silver, is that what that says? Yeah. All right, I'll take your money. I'll take this stuff that you are willing to offer me. Let me focus. I know I got really lucky, actually. So those, for those of you who aren't familiar, they have a daily gift that resets, I want to say probably around 2 a.m. Eastern or something like that. You can get a free gift every day. They call it like the Hobbit present right here. So my next one will be 5 hours, 22 minutes. But you can get a free one every day, and then you have the gold one. You can spend their mithril coins, which is kind of like their in-game premium currency. You can spend money to get it. They also have the LOTRO points, though, which are really your in-game currency. Iggy, thanks for the sub, by the way. But welcome to the crew. Forgot to say that. So with this, the odds of getting, I mean, typically you'll get stuff like run boosts for a little while, and you know, that's okay, but every once in a while you get something really good. Like for me, the one thing I was looking for on here, I don't see it, so it must not need repairs, but there it is. Actually, I got the universal toolkit, so I'm actually gonna pull that up right over here, and you guys can read all of that. But basically it's a crafting tool, because you have to have your tools equipped for whatever profession, whether it's for jeweler or for prospector or cook or anything. You have a set tool, and it's just for that profession, so you have to keep swapping out. You have to have 3 different tools on you at all times. Or a metalsmith can actually make combined tools that are specific to a vocation, and it has the 3 professions that you need, and you can upgrade them and get different bonuses. This one, however, has a low level requirement of nothing and it's very durable, it's very inexpensive to repair, and it covers every single profession and gives you some huge boosts. So I got very lucky, and one of the presents I got was this, and I am very happy about that. But Jackie, welcome back. What puzzle did you do? Because I saw that before, and I was in my mindset, and I was like, I just need to finish my thought. You guys know, if I get off of whatever I was talking about, then I am not getting back to whatever it was that I had originally started. Yeah, you know what? It's amazing, actually. I was really lucky that I got one. And I'm sure... I'm gonna check. Hey, how are you? I'm gonna check right now. I'm not sure if you can buy it off the LOTRO store. I'm sure that you could, but I got really lucky and just happened to get that as a free gift. from one of the silver presents. I was like, oh, this is so perfect. That is the best gift that I could have gotten. Universal Toolkit. Here you go. So they do sell it on the store. It's 150 points, which is not that bad, even for a free-to-play, if you don't have other things that you want to get. The other good thing with it is that, I'm going to check this. I believe it doesn't get bound. It might get bound to your account. Yeah, it's just bound to your account. So you can always, once you have one, if you're big into crafting like I am, you could mail it. It's inexpensive to mail also because it doesn't have a high value. So it doesn't cost much to mail. It doesn't cost much to repair. And it doesn't really break easily either because it's got substantial on the durability. You can see that in the bottom right for the floating tooltip. So all those things, if you have one, you can kind of just swap it in and out. It's a little bit of a hassle, but you could keep sending it to your other characters if you needed to. I don't blame you at all. I mean, really, that's, if you think about it, that's what, 15, so that's probably like 30 of like the basic deeds, and you could pick up one. So it'll save you on repair costs to start with, and it gives you some crazy boosts. I mean, even like if I were to just sit down, let's do artisan actually, because I have proficiency in that already. But if I were to just, without using any of the critical items, I'm sitting at 25% crit chance to start, just from crafting in general. And that's for all of them. So you can see it right there, plus 20% on everything. Minus 3-second duration for everything else that you actually gather from nodes. So that saves you a lot of time. But the crit chance, that's where I really think the big focus is with this thing. Good, just finished my online class yesterday. So, oh, nice. Nice, I'm glad to hear that. How was it? If you don't mind talking about, what was the class for? But I am doing pretty well, actually. I'm doing a little bit better. You know, still a little sore, but doing better. Definitely excited to be hanging out with you guys. I've just been on a LOTRO kick lately, so I hope that that's something that you guys are enjoying. For me, it's a nice casual game where I can kind of just get some stuff done while also focusing mostly on chat and talking to you guys. Because that's, I don't know if you've noticed, but that's usually more of my focus than the game itself. I care more about chat and about interacting with all of you and finding out what's going on with you guys and what's going on with life in general and how things are. So for me, this is a great game for this sort of thing. Plus, I mean, there's always cool stuff that comes up too, so that's an added bonus. But that's pretty much one of the main focuses with the channel. It's to play games in a sort of casual, relaxed environment where everybody can wind down, relax, and just be part of a nice, friendly community where everybody gets, you know, respects everyone else, and hopefully we all get along. I seems like we all do. I haven't seen any issues with that. But yeah, no, that's pretty much the main focus, and it's been pretty cool so far. But I have you guys to thank for that, honestly, because I can say whatever I want, but without you all here to make that community what it is, it doesn't really do too much. just to be honest. Science, classic. Oh, so much. Yeah. I gotcha. A lot better. I'm glad to hear that. You know, science, fun fact. I realized I have to start it off like that. I found that out the other day, but I'll tell you more about that later. I actually used to tutor science, believe it or not. Science and math. So I've done some lessons on chemistry, and I haven't tutored calculus, but I've done a lot of like 9th, 10th grade math levels, like around there. Done a lot of focus on that. Aw. That's awesome. I enjoyed chatting with you too, Em, and everybody. It's great. it's really been amazing just what the community has just embraced and become. It's been such a wonderful journey. And you guys have taught me a lot too. Is this the main game I play? Lately it has been. But typically I tend to focus a bit more on things like space and sandbox. So Space Engineers, Starbound, those are two games that I really love. Even though it's not sandbox, Star Citizen is one that I'm really excited about. I do want to show off more of that as they roll out new stuff. I know 3.0 is supposed to be coming. So when it does, I'm sure that I'm going to want to show you guys all about that. What else? Things that, I mean, again, with your sandbox, stuff like Subnautica, Factorio is one that I've played a bit of. I did a series on Terraria. That was with Eve. Eve and I were both doing that one for a good, probably like 12 videos or so, 12 streams. Galactic Survival. You know what? I actually did buy it recently. I did a video or two. I don't think it was on my channel, though. I think it was on the Streamers Connected channel, where I have been doing videos with them every Thursday. So for me, I've had to cut back my regular schedule, but that had a lot to do with what was going on with life. My brother was getting married, and we were focusing on getting the apartment squared up with more of the basics. We're starting to get past that phase, at least. And the wedding is now over. They're on, you know, celebrating and all that, which is great. Totally happy about that. But now that things are quieting down a little bit, I'm hoping to get more into content. In addition, recorded content, not just live streams. Which I'm kind of curious about, because, you know, I enjoy the focus on chatting with you guys so much that it's going to feel a little weird when I'm just doing recorded stuff to start with. But I think it can be fun. So always looking forward to checking out some new things and trying out new stuff. But Galactic Survival, yes, I did play a couple of times. I'm looking forward to doing some more of that, actually. I know very little about it, admittedly. But it seemed like a fun game. Although some of the physics or the animations, I would look at it and be like, what just happened here? That's not how physics. You don't physics like that. There we go. I was like, just shoot him once more, please. I'm pretty sure I still need a few more of these guys. Julie's favorite things, WoWie. Yeah. You know what? A lot of people don't like math and science, but it's something that came pretty naturally for me. I was lucky with that. And, you know, I try to... Just in general, I know I kind of like backtracked a little bit for a second here, but just in general, when it comes to education, I feel that the majority of the time that people have problems with subjects, in my opinion, it's typically largely due to the way it's being taught versus the way that they learn most effectively. So some people are better with verbal learning. You know, they hear it and they get it. They got it and they're good. Some people need to be more hands-on. Some people need to see it, you know, more visual-based learning. And every teacher can't cater to every possibility, so they're going to do whatever they think is best or whatever their style is. And from tutoring, I've kind of learned that a good way to do it is to try and figure out how to match it a little bit better with the person's learning style. So that's just my take on the subject. Can be pretty buggy. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of noticed a little bit of that. It was a little shaky, but it seemed like it was a really cool concept. And I'm definitely, it was on my wish list for a long time. I saw it on sale, so I decided to finally pull the trigger. And yeah, I need to check that game out some more, actually. Last thing I think I did in it, I was breaking down a shipwreck and trying to take the stuff from it. Almost 3 a.m. in the UK. Oh, yeah. All right, sounds good, Iggy. Thanks so much for coming by. Looking forward to seeing you around the community. And if you are looking to chat in general, Twitter or Discord are typically the two best spots. In fact, tomorrow, actually, we're going to be doing a voice chat session. This is for anybody that's watching. We're going to be doing voice chat with anybody that's interested. It's kind of going to be like an open house sort of thing. And it'll be, I'm Eastern Standard Time, so it'll be between 1:30 and 2 p.m. Sadly, I can't really do much more than half an hour because I'm kind of doing it during my lunch at work, and I don't have too much time to play with, and I need to make sure I eat. But we're going to be just opening it up, so check out the Discord if you want to chat with anyone in the community. We're going to be doing that for that half hour tomorrow. Definitely looking forward to that. I'm actually super excited about that because I can chat with you guys text-based during the live streams and all, and that's, or, you know, whether it's just messages on Twitter or Instagram or wherever else. But actually getting to voice chat with you guys is something that I don't get the opportunity to do too often. So even though it's just for a little while, I'm definitely excited about that one. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you all. But you get some sleep, Iggy, because 3 a.m. I typically have issues with the hours I run, and I know that sometimes I'll hit numbers like that, and I'll be like, why am I doing this to myself? So yeah, you take care of you, because that's important. Let's see, where was the quest turn in again? Due south. All right, we can do that. I was just kind of wandering and killing all the things in the way, because that's usually what they want me to do anyway, and I was kind of mindlessly collecting some money and some experience. Should break level 36 in a little bit, especially handing in so many quests. Always a good thing for experience. And so is, you know, fighting stuff that's higher level than you. Not like super high level than you, but to the, like, this is supposed to be challenging part of high level than you. It's also why I can't hit these things too regularly. It's another thing I'm noticing. But hopefully once I level, they'll be a little bit easier to hit more reliably, and then that should increase the speed that I'm able to kill them, even if it's lowering the XP I get. And we'll just go ahead and do that. Thank you. Oh, he's down here. Hey, friend. Oh, I only did 5 of them.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Oh, he called me friend too. How nice of him. Now let's see, actually, reputation. I always like to watch this reputation bar change because I don't get that opportunity too often with doing stuff. I'm so close to leveling up the Scholars Guild, though. That'll be fun. Don't mind me popping my head off camera to bite a strawberry for a second. Elves of Rivendell. Here it is. So we're at 2110. Let's see where we get to after we're done talking with him. Because we got a bunch of things.
And well met.
And he's giving us like 100 silver by the time we're done with all of these. So that's nice. 105. Yeah, I'm not really reading,
and well met.
Even though I know basically what he's saying every time. So let's see, we're up to, wow, we got double basically where we were at, more than that. That's pretty good. You can do it again in 5 hours. I'm not gonna be up in 5 hours, buddy, sorry. That's gonna have to wait. But we did level, so that's always important. Alright. So yeah, once again, sorry about that social eating thing. But the strawberries are calling to me. And therefore they are delicious. It has been declared. Yeah, let's just take care of him, please. Oh, you'll buy my stuff on top of that?
Sweet-eyed melon.
Perfect.
How may I be of service?
I don't need any of these things. Give me another 100 silver. Perfect. Alright, let's see. What can we actually do here? Do we have anything in the vicinity? Defeat lurkers. Alright, I'm just going to follow the quest tracker. So you can actually hover over and see when it's off the map like that. You can see how far away it is, which is a really handy feature. Because, I mean, the way it'll work is it'll guide you towards the general area. And it typically doesn't tell you exactly where you need to be, unless it's going to a specific person that doesn't move or something like that. But you can see from the map, even if it's a small area, sometimes it's larger, but it'll kind of give you a good ballpark of where you need to be to get to the quest area. So if it's off target, you can see the ring will just kind of move with the arrow, but it'll also, if you hover over it, tell you how far away you are. So that's handy. Definitely very useful to know whether it's 100 meters or 1,500 meters, and whether you should even bother going to it right now. But yeah, we're just gonna make our way over there. We'll just go ahead and do this. That should help quite a bit. Surprised that no damage really came up, but that's okay. It seemed like I hit him a few times and I was like, nah, he's still got 200 health. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with that. And now he's in melee range where you can't do as much damage, or where you're not as strong. There we go. Yeah, sometimes it feels like those numbers don't quite go up, and it seems to me like they should, but maybe there's still a little bit of lag issues. I don't know. Who knows? Alright, so we're gonna hop on down. Right, because that's the general. Yeah, we need to go down this way in general. Oh, that was a lot more slippery than I thought it was going to be. Well, that's how you die. So yes, you can fall and die, or just knock yourself unconscious and kill yourself that way. So we're going to do this retreat thingy. Is it going to penalize me for that? Or is it just going to penalize me by making me come back all the way over there? Only time will tell. There's no penalty, but I'm all the way over here now. So, not that's a problem. Just a minor inconvenience, really. But now I won't need to descend a mountain because I'm coming from the other side. Of course, it would help if I went towards the road. But while we're here also, I might as well just finish off these kill quests for stuff that's already here. Yeah, listen. About that time when you guys gave me all of the quests for killing things here. Really pretty handy, not gonna lie. Yeah. I was like, you probably shouldn't stand there, because I'm going to just hit you with an arrow in the face. It's kind of what my guy does. Not even going to slow down on this, even though I could use some healing. That's okay. That's alright. Nobody... What is it doing? It's like, I'm just going to turn my head and make a sound that shows that I am displeased. Mer. It's like, well, that's not really gonna help you out there, but I mean, if you want to sit there and do that while I just shoot arrows into your side, that's one way of doing it, I suppose. Let's see, we're probably gonna finish the bears real quick at the rate we're going. They seem to be around the most, or they seem to be the most prevalent around here, I should say. So yeah, you can actually notice some of these debuffs, right, like this, well, now it just disappeared, but some of them, which we'll get again once we start fighting bears and they get close enough, will have long durations, like a couple minutes. That'll be a pretty decent debuff for lowering your stats. But the way that they function is that they only last that long if you're in combat. So if you're not, all of a sudden, then they just eventually go away. It'll take a few seconds of not being in combat and they'll just clear it off. So I'm actually trying to sit around here so we can get one of these. Yeah, see, like that one actually says it. You can see in the green text. You know, lasts for 42 seconds. Let's get it again. Lasts for 42 seconds. But if you're out of combat, you can see it has 28, 7, 6, 25. And it's just going to go away in a second from not being in combat. But there are a lot of debuffs like that where they seem like they last for a while, but they only do that if you're not getting away from the fighting. So it's a good way to clear out debuffs, in my opinion. You don't need to have things that are going to last for 3 or 4 minutes. Especially when they're going to lower your stats like that or do damage or things like that. So I think it's actually pretty nice that they have a system to just kind of clear it out and, you know, let it last if you're fighting them, but provide a system where they don't have to be hitting you for so long if you're not going to be fighting them anymore. Let's see. That's the most precious things ever. Bad vibe people get. I've seen some baby bat videos, and they certainly can be adorable, but they definitely do have a negative stereotype associated with them. They have for a long time, which eventually I'm sure as time goes on, I mean, there have been other things, right, that have had negative stereotypes. Even gaming, right? I know it's not the same thing as a species, but gaming always had that negative connotation, especially back in like the Jack Thompson days when he was practicing law, and there was a big focus. He would always be in particular on a lot of cases like video games make people violent was a big stance of his, and he seemed to take a lot of cases revolving around that. But there were people who thought that, and not just him. And nowadays, and you have companies that are using games, like I've seen job postings, even back when I was considering game development. I've seen job postings for Unity 3D developers, and they wanted to set up something for their employees to use as basically like a training seminar type of environment. But you never would have seen that before. You know, a company considering gaming to be useful for their employees. Yeah, good luck with that. So I mean, perceptions do change over time, especially when you get a widespread acceptance and some case studies that can show things like it really doesn't actually do that. Like you kind of have to be predisposed to that sort of thing to begin with, or you have to be looking to get involved with that sort of thing in order to really see the violent tendencies come out. But I know that's not exactly related to your bats per se, but it's kind of loosely in the sense of perceptions change over time. And before I need to get more to the point and shorter with my stories. I mean, what? Who said that? Yeah, I'm thinking of shooting the bears because they're here. There's so many bears. So many bears. Where are the other things that they want me to kill? Is it really just... It's really just those guys? That's it? That's all they got? Let's track nearby quests again. Oh, bring the pelts I collected. So there actually is a bring these things somewhere. We still need a few more of these. You know what? Why am I running around all confused? My guy's a hunter. He can track these things down. Like, literally can track them. Alright. Actually, shoot him, please. Yeah, there you go. It's like he's almost dead. He's so close to being dead. Just finish the job. Alright, looks like I didn't really need to track them because they were all right over here. But we're gonna track again. I don't know where that is again. I forget where that is. Oh, up here. Oh ho 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 ho. Alright, yeah, sure, we'll go up there. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, no, it's if I know this, I keep jumping all over the place. If you're looking for, if you've never played MMOs and you're thinking that you might want to check it out, I think this is a pretty good one to get into because you don't need to have a crazy high quality PC to do it. I love how as I'm talking about that, the game just kind of lags for a second and won't let me move. But you don't need high quality components to play it. So that's always, you know, a big barrier to entry that I hear from a lot of people. Especially friends of mine from here that were growing up. They would never really like to do PC gaming because they're like, oh, but it's so expensive to get a PC. It's like, well, kinda, but that's if you need a high quality one in particular, because there are definitely machines out there that can run a lot of this stuff that don't require you to drop a couple grand on them. And usually you have some sort of PC anyway, or some sort of machine. So, hi friend. Someone wanted me to stop talking about that apparently, so we had to fix that. But yeah, no, it's definitely something that I'm hoping becomes a little bit more mainstream. I know PCs were big before consoles became big, and they've kind of been on the decline to some extent with a lot of things. Otter Explosion, hey! Welcome to the channel, how are you? Don't mind me, just talking about the hopeful future of PC gaming. Or my hope regarding it, at least. What server do I play on? I am on Landroval, actually. That's where I've got my characters here. Supplier.
What do you need?
I don't need anything. I need you to take all of my junk. Literally, all of it. And this is all of it. Perfect. Good talk. Play Lorelin. Let's say merge last time. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure either because there have been some server mergings since the last time I've played. I started getting back into the game a couple of weeks ago, and I've just been on a kick with it lately. So, so now here I am, back into the swing of things and starting to get to see all the stuff that happened since the last time I played. I logged in, I was like, I have a 1 through 4 year gift box for my characters. I guess it really has been a while. I need to go way far north. Okay, and over here too, so I might as well go here first. Let's see, I swear if I keep punching over my puzzle. I have some serious back and neck problems. Is there any way... Maybe like a I know standing desks are kind of in now. Is there any way that you can maybe even make your own kind of standing desk setup? Maybe elevate where you were working on so you don't have to worry about that? something I've considered doing actually myself, trying to put something together. Here, take some pelts and like me more. Oh, I got a deed also. Cool. Or I finished a deed. I need to actually look at my virtues and see what I want to do with them at some point. But let's see. It's still Laurelin. Aw. Dying finally let people play because all my friends left the game. Yeah. You know, it definitely does get lonely playing by yourself. And I would especially be lonely with it if I wasn't chatting with all of you. But it's great for me, especially with the streaming aspect, because I just can kind of passively go through, and there's lots of cool stuff in the game, don't get me wrong, but I can kind of passively go through and interact with all of you, so that kind of gives me the interaction instead of like I'm not just like sitting here alone and trying to play it, because that's why I wasn't playing it. That's the same thing that happened the last time I played, where I wasn't playing with anybody and I would just kind of go through some quests and it would not be with anybody else, and I'd be like, all right, this is kind of getting a little boring now at this point, and I'd start to wean myself off of it. But having you guys to chat with is always a fun time, so that definitely helps out. And you know, actually the same thing really happened, even though I haven't done that in a little while now too. Same thing happened with Star Wars The Old Republic, because I enjoyed playing that game too, and I still have it installed. But when you're playing by yourself, you're just kind of like, all right, this, I mean, it was fun, but it kind of lost a little bit of the charm when I didn't get to play with anybody else. That kind of defeats the MM part of MMOs. Oh, something wants to say hi. Two things want to say hi. That's fine. They can say hi. Let's see. Came here for Sorter. Yep. Yeah, every MMO. Yeah, I hear you. And Sorter, actually, I think my character's on Ebon Hawk, the like RP PvE server. And I mean, that I had a good time on. I'm sure I'll go back to it. But yeah, if you don't have people to play with for an MMO, it takes away a huge part of the appeal, because the games are built around the fact that they're expecting you to work with other people. Oh, you're on the other RP server. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, and that's, I mean, eventually I'm gonna get back into that, but I mean, I have one high level character. I mean, I'm sure we could always start out some new characters in general and in other aspects too. This is my highest character in LOTRO, so I haven't really like progressed super far anyway. But checking out, you know, new classes and starting fresh with somebody is always a fun time too. Variant Colony is the bigger one. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if it was when I started, or maybe I just picked one because I was like, well, I don't know which one I'm picking, so I'll just take this one. I like the sound of it. Not too sure. Same for Laurelin. It's the bigger RP server. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that there were some RP people that were on Landreval, and that's why I went that way at the time. But I haven't done RP in a long time. And if I do, it's usually like very light, like you know, the people make fun sometimes. It'll be more like the tavern RP type, and that's just, you know, what I'm typically, you know, I'm not looking for like the drama or the heavy stuff. You know, I'm usually looking to relax and have a good time and kind of like chill out, but not get into something that's super intense. I feel like I get enough of that during the regular daily routine of life that I'm not looking for more things that are drama based. Let me actually scroll down because I missed a couple things. Crave RP too. Yeah. Yeah, when the RP dies. Yeah, that happens to a lot of games. I know my girlfriend's big into the RP scene, and she, I mean, we were talking about this actually the other day. She played Guild Wars 2 for over 4 years and was big into that scene, and she's kind of moved on from the game recently since then, you know, maybe the past few months. But that was one that she put a lot of heavy time into and a lot of focus, and the RP scene was there for a while for her. But now she's moved on to something else. But that happens a lot with the RP communities. I mean, LOTRO is one of those where I feel like you can always find some people who are interested in some sort of RP aspect, because you don't really find, you know, when you deal with a specific, like a Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or something like that, where there is a huge following to some extent, and you can't find that same environment somewhere else. You know, you could find fantasy, sure, but you can't really find Lord of the Rings per se. It's the specific lore and everything surrounding it. So I feel like this is one of those ones where, as long as the servers exist, you will be able to find at least some people who do it still. Let's see. Let's see. I feel like I missed a couple of things. So, oh, I missed that your legs would get tired. Sorry about that, Jackie. Yeah, you know what though? I mean, you can, especially if it's something you can alter the height of with the standing desk idea, you can kind of change it up. And I mean, it's good. It's healthier also, from what I hear, to do the standing desk option, at least sometimes, because it gets you moving a little bit more, and you're not sitting. 'Cause sitting is actually pretty unhealthy, which is something I'd like to do something about in general. I especially notice it with my back, but I've heard that for a while anyways, that sitting is not the best for you. But it's just an idea that crossed my mind. Let's see, you don't need drama in RP Adventure 2. Mostly social RP is what I do as well. Yeah, I don't know, it's just whenever, I mean, and don't get me wrong, right? Because I tried to get into the more heavily invested RP scene at one point, but for me it was just, it can be intimidating, especially when you're not used to it, and especially when you come into a story that you hadn't been a part of and have been, you know, characters have been developing relationships for a long time, you know, maybe a year or, you know, 6 months, and then you just come in and you're like, I don't know anything that's going on. I know some of the lore from the game. I don't know anything about the lore that you guys have developed. And even if you have someone that you can ask about it, it just feels intimidating, because there's so much to it where you're like, I am so far behind, I don't know how I'm gonna catch up. Or at least that's how my experience went for me. You kind of hit that point where you're like, I don't know what's going on, and I am kind of scared now. Procrastination is my Achilles heel. You know, procrastination is something that I definitely run into sometimes, but one thing that I've been trying to work on, and it's obviously easier said than done, is to understand that there are times to take it easy and take it slow, and there are times when I need to focus and, you know, focus more on the things I need to do, whether it's because, you know, something I actually want to do or something I just need to do because it has to be done. There is a balance that I find is helpful to have, of being able to kind of give yourself time to rest, but at the same time, don't only rest, you know, because sometimes, you know, you gotta get stuff done at some point, otherwise nothing gets done that are, you know, there are important things that aren't fun that needs to get done. So finding a balance for that, I find, is really helpful if you can do that. But maybe I should talk about that at some point too on a vlog, because that's another one that, you know, and I'm sure many others have to battle with on more than one occasion. Let's see. Orlin used to be RP every day, everywhere. Now you have to hunt for it. Yeah. And that happens when games are around for a while too. I mean, this has been around. They had their 10-year anniversary recently. It's been a long, long time. But they've done quite a job with it, and the fact that it's still going says a lot about the game itself. Much like getting a new job, you have to stick around, learn from where you started. Yeah, pretty much. It can be hard, but it's helpful to try and kind of see where you have the community. I mean, you're kind of digging around, and you know, when you're jumping in and you're jumping in the middle, like you said, like a new job, and everybody else knows how it works, then you're kind of in that position of like, is it just me? I'm the only one in this position, especially if you're the only new one. You know, if someone else is coming in new also, then you might at least have someone else to kind of bounce off of and be like, this is tough. I don't know what's going on. They'll be like, I know, me too. Here's what I've picked up, and then at least you have somebody where you feel like it's not just you. But it can be hard. It can be very hard. Have to read this book. So uninterested so far. Bang's books are always boring. Are you talking about Lord of the Flies, Jackie? Because I could definitely advocate for that book. That was one of the books that I really enjoyed reading. And it may start off slow, but it gets interesting pretty quick. In my opinion, at least. It's hard, but putting yourself out there if the RP helps build your knowledge and character. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, I'll give you my example from Final Fantasy XIV. When I was doing some of the lighter RP there, I actually was, you know, I'm big into crafting in MMOs. So I had over there a botanist, or I mean, you could pick whatever skills you wanted based on the equipment you had. So I was training botany, I was training, you know, cooking and whatever else I was working on. But the botany part's the one that's actually important to the story. So there were two people there by the inn. You could go to the inn and rest, and you would end up getting like rest XP, where when you actually are out there fighting stuff, then you gain extra XP, and it helps to boost your stuff like that. So I was around there, and I heard some people talking, and you know, /say they're getting their RP out to everybody that's around. And it was a couple that was looking, I guess they were kind of going on like a date of some sort. And I saw them chatting, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I thought about it, I was like, hey, you know what? My character just started learning how to get roses from different nodes, you know, at whatever level. It's like, you know, it'd be pretty sweet just to kind of like stop in for a second and make it look good. And, you know, for him, and just kind of, you know, I was whispering to him for a little while, and it's like, oh, you know, I got this. I was thinking, you know, I could just stop in for a second and just, you know, sell you this rose for, you know, it was like, you know, a few gil or something that was like completely underpriced, but it was more like, this is for the sake of the RP. It's fine, whatever, who cares? And I ended up interacting with them for that, and then we started talking, started hanging out with them a bit more, did some other RP with them, which was a lot of fun, met some of their friends, and then they were transferring to another server, so that was the end of that. But I thought that overall it was a really cool experience, because I was just hanging out, wasn't planning on doing anything, and I saw what they were doing, and I said, oh, that looks like fun. Maybe I can just at least, I'll help him build his, you know, help them build their RP by being like, oh, I'm just a flower salesman, just trying to make a living or whatever, and here's a rose. I see that you guys seem to be, you know, fond of each other or whatever you want to call it, and here you go. You know, we'll make it like a nice little sweet thing, so it makes you look good to her character, and I'm trying to make a living and whatever else. But it was a pretty cool experience. Let's see. Like 4 characters scattered through Moria. You get lonely trying to quest there. I haven't even hit Moria, honestly, so that's something that, I mean, there's a lot of content I need to do and to get up to and to actually probably buy in some aspects, because I have purchased the quad pack, which I think the latest thing on that is Riders of Rohan. I don't remember if I bought Helm's Deep, but at most that's as far as I bought for expansion. So I don't know what else is out there yet. I'm sure there's things that I'm missing at this point, and I don't know where that actually lets me get up to. But seeing as my highest character has been in the mid-30s, I know that I haven't hit any of that content yet, so never really became a thing. But hopefully we'll be finding out some more about that in the future. Definitely looking forward to seeing where the story takes us. Open the stream so I have someone to chat with. Yeah, that's a pretty big focus of the channel, admittedly. We try to... I was just kind of wondering why my guy wasn't attacking. Sorry about that. We try to focus a lot on chat interaction, and I love interacting with you guys and hearing from you and finding out what's on your minds, what's going on with all of you. Even when the stream isn't live, and just because I'm not constantly on like the Discord server or Twitter or anything like that to respond to things, doesn't mean I don't enjoy hearing from you guys and responding when I do have a moment. Qual gives you Moria, Mirkwood, Isengard, Rohan. Oh, okay. So I do have that then. Cool. Yeah, I remembered it had Rohan, and that was about all I remembered. And I bought it when it was on a cheap sale, so I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll take it. But I guess I do have Moria then. Of course, that also requires being on the same server, so that you run into that problem too. Gonna go now and read the book. Okay, sounds good, Jackie. Good luck with that one. I am curious to hear what you think about it, so maybe that'll give you another added incentive to reading the book, because you'll have someone to talk to about it. It's been a while since I read it, but it was, man, good story. Good story. Thanks, Jackie. You too. I'll be chatting with you tomorrow is what I'm hoping to see. So for those of you guys who didn't hear already, or if you're not, I posted it in the description on YouTube, actually. I'm gonna post on Twitter later. But actually, I think it did make Twitter. Anyway, that's beside the point. We're going to be doing a kind of like an open house voice chat session tomorrow afternoon. I'm Eastern time zone, so it'll be between the hours of 1:30 and 2 p.m. and it'll be open for anybody to come in, chat, and we'll all just kind of interact for a bit, and hopefully, you know, get to talk to you guys. I'm really looking forward to actually hearing you guys as opposed to just typing with you. I know that's usually what we have to do for things like streaming or Twitter or whatever else, but I think it's gonna be really fun getting to actually hear you guys and just talk to you in general. So I know it's a short time frame, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. So that'll be tomorrow. You can get the link to the Discord over on Twitch or on YouTube. On YouTube, it's in the description. Twitch, I'm gonna confirm, but I believe there's a command. I think it is !Discord. Yeah, if you do !Discord over on Twitch, you can get that link, or you can check out the panels below. Listening to the audiobook. Oh, for Lord of the Flies? Okay. Yeah, back when we didn't have audiobooks. Oh man, back in my day. Now I just sound like like I'm like old and crotchety. Like, you had to read the books. Let's see. What do you think voices sound like? You know, it's weird. I don't really have any voices in mind for people right now. So I'm kind of just like keeping an open mind for that. But it's something that I'm pretty excited about. I'm looking forward to actually getting to talk to you guys. That's something I know people have talked about me doing things like Omegle and things like that before. And I've considered it, even though I don't know that much about Omegle per se, but I know that some of you have brought that up. And that's, I think, another way to do that same sort of interaction. So it could be fun. But this is another way that I'm a little bit more familiar with. I'm excited to see how this goes, because I'd love to do this stuff. I might do like a Patreon thing for it and do it regularly, or at least more regularly for Patreon. I haven't decided yet. I want to see how this goes first, but I'm looking forward to chatting with everybody. Let's see. I've got too many characters on 50 to 60. Well, to switch servers. You can start characters on other servers without. I think it goes. There's like a limit of characters per server, right? I think that's how they calculate that. Do I dump the tater for a blueberry? Doesn't really matter all that much. Actually, wait. No, I just use these. Done. Found the room I needed, and I can always free up another one with the well-kept Mathams. But they are. Oh, looks like I'm gonna need to do that right now. Tell you, the hobbits are gonna love me soon enough. Let's see, where are we at on reputation with them anyway? Getting close to finishing off the friend level over here. I'm almost out of the friend zone, guys. Man, I worked so hard to get out of the friend zone. Book was difficult to read because of the Australian accents characters have. Oh, okay. Interesting. The audiobook. Yeah, I mean, audiobooks, they've changed the way that stories can be told, and it's really pretty cool, actually, seeing the impact that had. Because for me, like, I have listened to plenty of audiobooks, and it's usually been revolving around things like while I'm on the way to work. You know, I don't have to take out the book and try and read. I can just kind of close my eyes, listen, get in the zone, and just have a nice relaxing trip to work listening to an audiobook. Lately, I've been doing podcasts, actually, is another one. That's pretty similar, in the same vein, really. And the cool thing with podcasts is, and the ones that I've been listening to actually have been regarding YouTube, believe it or not, and having a lot to do with learning about YouTube and just content creation in general, and how to effectively put your channel together and things like that. So, I mean, I've been learning a lot of things on that level about what sort of stuff would be more effective for what I want to accomplish, and what, you know, I could do better, what I'm doing well, all that sort of stuff. And it's just cool having a resource like that that's available. So if you guys are interested in that sort of stuff, you can go ahead and just let me know, because I will be happy to go ahead and share that channel information with you. And no, it's not sponsored by him. He's just been an incredible resource from the short time that I've actually been aware of the channel. So lots of valuable insight there. It's also in line, the way that he runs his channel, or his channels, I should say, is very much in line with the way that I try to focus on this one, and that we both care largely about impacting lives and changing lives. So just because his is more educational or his other one is more family vlog based doesn't mean that we can't both have that sort of impact on people, and that our communities can't do it as well, which is really where you start to see the impact really come into play. Because being one person, you can reach people, sure, but when the community starts to take that role as well, that's when you really start to see it expand and grow and just blossom from there. It's really, really cool. Is it asthma? Yeah, it's funny hearing accents and how easy it is to pick up things that other people who are used to the accent think are just standard and normal, and you just point it out and draw attention to it, and then they're like, oh, it really did sound like that, didn't it? Or they'll be like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. That's how everybody says it. That's normal. You're the strange one. But yeah, no, that's that would make me laugh too. I'd probably, if I heard that, I'd be like, I need a minute. Just need a second here to just absorb that one. Just gonna take a sec. Do they not know what that sounds like? Because they probably should be aware. So much evasion. At least these guys are closer to the level that I'm working with, so I should be hitting them a lot more than the other things I've been fighting. But let's see, what do we got? We need to kill like another 148 trolls. I mean, honestly, you can just kind of like passively, you just wander through the area. I'm also getting reputation for the Matham Society, so it doesn't really faze me that much right now. But it can be a bit of a grind if you treat it as one. You know, when I'm chatting with you guys, for instance, or when you're playing with other people, or you have something else going on, it definitely takes away a lot of the grind focus, which is a good thing to do if you're trying to accomplish something in game. It helps out with all of that, and that may not always be feasible and possible, but I definitely would highly recommend it if you have that option. Jack pronounces H as H. Yeah, I gotcha. I see what you're saying, Jackie. Yeah, it is funny, and that's normal for him, and other people are probably looking at it like, wait, what did you just say? Say that again? That's like people will talk to me about, every once in a while I'll get it. A lot of times I'll get, you don't have an accent, is what I'll hear, but every once in a while I get people being like, oh, yeah, there it is. That's the accent we were looking at. That's the one. And it usually comes out with things like the words, and of course you're probably going to hear it now that I'm saying them, but it comes out with things like water, or coffee. Those are two of the big ones where people are like, yep, you are from New York or Long Island. Yep, definitely from that area. Somewhere in the Northeast. Probably closer to New York. But yeah, no, it's funny because most of the time people have no clue where to put me on the map from the way that I sound. But every once in a while I'll say something and they'll be like, ah, there it is. There's the word. If you said that before, I would have told you where you were from. But yeah, that's just my experience, and it's interesting too because you don't see that with everybody. You know, some people, like you just hear it right away, and I think that most people expect, especially from the New York area, I think people expect that they'll be able to just pick it up immediately. How did he do that, by the way? I was definitely making sure I was behind the rock, but whatever. I think I have an accent. Some of those people are like, hey, you're saying this wrong. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Saying what wrong? What was it? Stewie from Family Guy, right? Cool Whip. You're saying it wrong. Saying what wrong? Let's see, what was that? Oh, Ohioan. It was weird because it on the chat client it has this little bar that says new messages, even though I was already at the bottom of chat. So it blocks out like the bottom half of the chat line for the most recent message. And when I see that, I'm like, am I not seeing that right? Or is that say what I think it says? Or am I missing some parts of letters? What's going on here? So when I see that, I always have to like try and move it around, look on the bot to see what it actually says. But you know, I mean, actually, let's see, Ohio. I mean, I have heard a couple of people from Ohio actually, and yeah, nothing really jumped out at me. I feel like every once in a while, it's like everything else. Every once in a while you hear a word and you're like, wait a minute, you guys call it what? But that's kind of standard, I think. That's the case for most areas. You're gonna find that some things are just gonna stand out. That's just the way it is. If I hear an accent, I probably won't, but yeah, no, I'll let you know. Shoot him one more time. Oh, I almost got him. It was so close. I didn't mean to fall down here, I promise. Oh well. Maybe the game's trying to tell me like, you should move on now. You've been killing trolls for a while. It's time for you to go. Time for you to do anything else, because there won't be any trolls left soon. What do I even have in here again, right? Title awarded. Oh, Troll Slayer. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. Deed was completed for the original Troll Slayer. Then we probably got an advanced one. Yeah. We're moving along. So that there might even be... I think it stops at advanced. I'm not positive, though. But there's another 5 LOTRO points. So we actually picked up 15 LOTRO points today, which is pretty nice. Those things come in handy. As you saw earlier, we were talking about the Universal Toolkit, which costs 150, and that's if you're into crafting, that's a very great item to have. I was lucky enough to get one as a gift from the Hobbit presents. But if you are looking for one, you definitely want to get one. Maybe you can get one on a sale, but if not, you're probably going to want to watch for the market and just try and run some deeds real quick, because 150 is something you can accomplish as a free-to-play. Just do some of these like kill deeds like this, right? Kill the worms, kill the trolls, whatever. You can get 5 for the first one, 10 for the next one, and then, you know, if you do that for 5 different species in different areas, there you go. There's your toolkit. You got it. And then you can just trade it and mail it if you need to between other characters on your account, and everybody can use it. Says I go 15 minutes ago is still here. The number of times I do that, Jackie, you know that. I do that all the time with you guys. And it's fine, you know. Time-wise for sleep, maybe not so much, but the number of times that I do that, just insane. I routinely don't leave when I intend to leave and try to sleep and do things like that. Was AFK back now? Hey, Otter, welcome back. No worries. My hair is a beast I can't tame right now. Yeah, I don't even know if mine's really that good. It was better, you know, for like the wedding and stuff, but yeah, not so much now. I just, you know, I really could probably afford to go and get that taken care of, go and get a haircut for it, but just never really got around to that. So Otter, I'm actually talking to Jackie. She has been one of the regulars for the channel for a while now. She's over on YouTube, but if you check on the right side of the stream, which should be, I'm gonna say right around where the quest log is, that should be where messages are popping up whenever one of you guys post something, either on Twitch or on YouTube. It should pop up to everybody. Why is he auto running? Like I am actively trying to stop it. There we go. It's like, you should not do that anymore. I need you to just focus on the movement commands I give you, not the ones you feel like doing. Don't see any of that. Let's see. It should be actually like right above the icon where it has TCG with the stars. Because I just went and checked. I see it on my end on the actual stream. Girls are like, hey, we're gonna be difficult. Screw you, Jackie. Not seeing it. That's strange. Because I definitely see it on my end, and this is what is broadcasting. Should be like right around, let's see, is the mouse captured? Mouse is not captured, but I'm gonna move my bag for a second. It seems to be starting right around where like the top, where it says bag 3. It seems to be right around there when a message comes through. Like I'll go ahead and send a test one real quick. Just like that. So it should be right around here is where it's coming through. But then it just disappears after a little while is how I have it set up. So. But Jackie, are you seeing that on YouTube, or is it an issue over there as well? Because I definitely see it, which makes me think that it should be broadcasting it. I don't see why it would not, but then again, you never know. So that's why I love to get feedback from you guys, especially with the technical stuff, because I can check my own stuff only so much. You saw it? Okay, awesome. So it seems like that is working. That's good at least. You still can't see it though, Otter? I wish I could like point to it a little bit better, but I tried to showcase where it was as best I could with the bag. Oh, you see it now? Yeah, it kind of hides a little bit. I have it tucked away on the right side, and for this game you don't see it as easily because there's a quest log right over there. But for other games where there's empty space, you can usually pick it up a little quicker. Kind of stands out more. Really wants to have freaking books. Well, Jackie, if it helps you make that decision, not that I'm encouraging you to not do your book reading and such, we are going to wrap things up here at the top of the hour. So in the next 12 minutes, we're going to finish up over here. But yeah, I definitely understand that about the procrastination. And it has done that to me, so I definitely can understand where you're coming from. And I'm not trying to be a bad influence, but at the same time, just telling you what the plan is for the schedule. We're probably just gonna pretty much kill things in the area for the rest of the time, because I mean we're already in here anyway. We might as well just pull in some money, pull in some experience, maybe finish some quests if we happen to kill the right things, or deeds especially. Love to actually get some more of the deed done for Worm Slayer, or for the trolls even. Maybe I'll head back up that way, because I mean deed grinding can be a little bit tedious, but if you stay on top of it when you're in the area, it definitely helps out, where you're not trying to make it all up later and you're getting the points early. You don't want to have to try and backtrack to areas and catch all of that again after the fact. And take care of this. What? So I just saw something in-game chat that made me chuckle. It's very clever. Somebody said, "Forlorn over the delay of Mordor, console yourself with cuddles from a," and they linked Tome of the Puffy Sheep. Apparently they're trying to sell it. It's like, that is pretty clever. I like it. Well done. Hey, Ben Han, did I get that right? Welcome to the channel. How are you doing? Once didn't tell my parents about a project until the night before. I was like, it's mom time. Yeah, I believe it. And you know, I'm guilty of that too from time to time, where you know parents have helped me with stuff. Of course, it's better if you do it. You know, for learning and for time management and all that sort of stuff. But sometimes that comes into play, I'm sure. I'm sure once we're hitting times where, you know, kids are involved and we're the ones dealing with the school projects, then I'm sure stuff will come up where we'll be like, oh, this is why. This is how that all happened, right? Well, what server am I on? I am on Landreval. And was the yawn about being tired or about my conversation? Because either one is plausible. We'll be fair about this. Let's see. Ah, yes, and Otter is over on Laurelin, if you happen to be over there. Thank you. Thanks for that. You know, I never know, because, I mean, I can think that... Oh, nice, I got it. Cool. Yes. I was hoping I did. I do try. But, you know, with being entertaining, it's always hard, because I can think that it sounds entertaining and be like, oh, man, that's something I'm interested in. But I never know how it comes off to anybody else, so... It might not deliver the same impact, and I may think it's cool, and that's great. You know, I do want to make content that I enjoy and that I have a good time with. But at the same time, I don't want it to be completely lost upon everybody else where they're like, what are you even doing? We don't know what you're talking about or why you're talking about it or what you're supposed to be accomplishing right now. So I love to hear from you guys also, just about things in general. Let's see. I was watching my camp promo video they do every few years, and I was so surprised that I was at the end of it waving. Isn't that so cool? We actually had, and I'll have to see if I can find it one of these days. We had a DVD because one of my friends in high school, his brother was a chaperone on a band trip. We went to the British Virgin Islands, and he was going to school for film. So he went and recorded and made a DVD, and now I've got that as a nice memory from the trip. But it was cool when you're looking at the video and you're like, that's me. That's totally me, and this is like a DVD, and it was supposed to be, you know, pretty professional, and it came out pretty good. So that I totally can relate to what you're talking about over there, Jackie. I'm starting YouTubing. I have no idea how to banter. It comes in time, I would say. It's hard, especially in my opinion. The hardest part initially, so that it's kind of like a path from what I've been learning and researching and experiencing too. And you start out and you're like super excited, like, this is gonna be so cool. I'm gonna make videos and I'm gonna get all these subscribers and it's gonna be so much fun, and advertisers are gonna pay me money to put up videos and it's gonna be cool. And then you start to go into it and you're like, you're seeing that not many people are coming by or something, you know, like where it's just a lot more work than you expected. You're like, this isn't what I thought this was gonna be. And you start to see how things actually work, and you start to learn a little bit. You start to learn from other creators and start doing research on things and finding out what works, what doesn't. And it's a very intricate process. It's much more complicated than it looks on the surface. But I could talk about YouTube and content creation and all that stuff for quite a while. I've been trying to learn a bit myself recently, and I'm hoping to start to actually apply that to stuff, but you know, it's a work in progress. It's always the case for everybody. Let's see, what did I miss? If I had a commentary, I just ramble and you know, it's tough. I mean, I look at how I can get into focuses and ramble about things, but you know, you find your own system is really how it seems to work from my experience. UI, so Blood Fury, how's it going? Yeah, I have stuff all over the place, you know, but I never really worried about making it too efficient. I just kind of put it up and was like, you know, this is what I had before. And normally, the reason why it also looks so cramped is that normally when I'm playing, I am playing at a larger resolution. So my monitor is actually a 4K monitor, but when I'm playing for you guys, I drop the resolution down for the game to 1920 by 1080 so I can see what you're all talking about and not just sit here and ramble about what I'm thinking without seeing anything that's going on with chat or checking to make sure that everything is still streaming right or checking any of the systems to make sure that things are functioning properly, or you know, sound checks, all that stuff. I need to have it smaller so I can see this. I don't have a second monitor hooked up. So when I drop the resolution down to a quarter of the space that I'm used to having for it, all of the UI stuff just kind of tries to work itself out, and that's what you're seeing over here. But welcome to the channel. Hope you're enjoying your time here. How are you doing? Let's see. Hey, Synerx. Hey, what's going on? How you been? New player to LOTRO. I mean, I am not really a new player. I just never really put too much time in. Like, I would kind of just passively, like I'm doing now. I'm just kind of wandering around. I'm killing things, sure, but you know, I'm gaining, you know, a level or two, maybe. I might get 2 levels tonight, potentially. But I mean, we're hitting that time where I was looking to wrap things up, so probably not gonna hit that 2nd level tonight. And I'm pretty much just passively. I'm looking to do crafting, stuff like that. So leveling is a bit slower for me. I've picked up the game, put it down several times. I actually, I don't think I have it on my character right now, but I have in the vault a 4-year gift box. So my character's been around for 4 years, and I have not played it for most of that time, but I just picked it up again recently, and that's where we're at now. Hobbit Hunter at 35 in the troll shows. Oh, cool. Do I notice you? Yes, I did, Synerx. Just took me a little while. I was in story mode. I'm sorry. Hey. Late. Yeah, it's okay. It happens. You know, I mean, real life comes up, right? So there's always situations where it's like, I can't do it right now. I mean, even for me, right? It happened last Thursday. I wasn't feeling well. I was like, I can't do my stream. I know I'm supposed to be on the Streamers Connected channel tonight. I can't do it. I'm not feeling well. Can't see myself sitting in the chair for that long when my back's bothering me. So sometimes you just gotta make sure to take care of your stuff, or other stuff comes up, and that's fine. No problem with that. But for those of you guys who are new here also, if you are interested, it's actually gonna be the first time we're doing it. We're gonna be doing a voice chat, kind of like an open house sort of thing. It's only gonna be for half an hour, because I'm kind of doing it during my lunch at work tomorrow, actually. But we're gonna be doing it from 1:30 to 2 p.m. Eastern, and we're gonna do it on the Discord channel, the official Discord channel for the chat or for the server. You know, let me reword that because that all doesn't quite add up. We're going to be doing on the official Discord server for the channel. And we're going to do it in the general voice chat over there. So if you guys are looking to just kind of hang out or talk with me or other people from the community, I would love to have you join that. And we'll be having that going on in, let's see, what, about 14 hours? A little over that. So it'd be great to hear from all of you, and looking forward to that. More than just the normal text that I get the opportunity to see. Let's see. So busy with live streams, helping my friends with YouTube. You don't have to tell me, Sinner, because I know how busy that can get. But, oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, definitely looking forward to talking to you, Sinner. If you're looking for the link, by the way, for the Discord, if you're on YouTube, it's in the description below. And if you are on Twitch, you can actually type !Discord, and that command will bring up the link. So you can get it that way, or you can check the panels below the stream, or if you're on mobile, you can hit the eye icon, you can check those panels and get the Discord link. Several ways that you can find all that out. Oh, Otter, thanks so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Man, I love that animation, actually. That was one that my artist for the channel, Eve, put together, and as I always love seeing it, because I'm always big into space, so she put together that little planet GIF, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I love it. How many streams have I missed? You know, I'm not positive. I've been doing just the two times a week, but once a week I am over on the Streamers Connected Twitch channel. So Thursdays I'm actually usually there instead of over on my own channel here. But Tuesday nights I've been doing here. Get Jeff if he's online. Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I wasn't actually focused on the game. I was kind of just looking at chat and strafing in circles and hearing all the problem sounds where it's like, you're not facing the right way. You're doing something you shouldn't do or can't do. Why are you doing all that? Stop doing that. Stop being a dumb. But yeah, no, I'm actually really looking forward to that one. I know it's a short time frame. I definitely do remember you, Synerx. And as you can see, I'm not the only one that does. But it's great to hear from you again. Oh man, that old arc. Ben, sounds good. Thanks so much for. I think you said you subscribed also. I don't think I saw the notification. Might not have popped up on my end, but thank you so much for that. Thanks for chatting, and looking forward to catching you next time. I'll be doing a quick video on Thursday when I'm going live on the Streamers Connected channel on Twitch. So I'll give you all the links and all that once I go live over on YouTube. You can get that info. Yeah. Right, so my next stream will be on Thursday. And right now I've been doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, but the Thursdays have been on the Streamers Connected channel over on Twitch. But I try to put up a quick little video, and it posts on Twitter and on Discord and all that stuff when I'm going to go live with that. So I put up all that info, and I stream on their official channel, which is the Twitch team I'm a part of, for Thursday nights. So that's the current schedule. I don't know if it'll be changing sometime in the near future. I gotta feel that one out and see if it's right for the channel and for you guys, because I would love to interact with you guys more, and I know sometimes it's hard for you guys to make it over to the Twitch side if you're over on YouTube, or maybe you're just looking for the channel here to go live. So I need to feel that one out, but Thursday I'll be over there. I'll do a quick video just giving you all the info. You can check out the description or the links on Twitter and all that. All right, yeah, sounds good, Ben. I'll definitely, you'll see the video go up anyway, and you'll know that I'll be live over there. And I don't believe that the way that it's done, I can't really bounce it to YouTube. Otherwise, I'd put it on my YouTube also. But yeah, no, you have a great day too. It was really really fun getting a chat with you. It's always fun getting a chat with you guys. I love how supportive and positive this community is. That's really one of the big focuses that I've always been looking for with this community in general, and just making a positive difference, not just me, but us. And that it's so great to see you guys all just get behind that and just accept it so wholeheartedly. Not even just with like charity donations and stuff like that, just attitude and the way that you act and react towards others, and the way that you treat everybody else with respect. It's great. I can't thank you enough for all that. You make moderators' jobs real easy. Which I don't want you to change. I want that to stay the same too. But yes, that I'm probably just gonna pretty much sell this stuff, and then I think we're gonna wrap things up here. It looks like I got some scholar stuff from some of probably the trolls that we were killing earlier, so that is actually really really handy for us. Do I want to equip that? I probably do, honestly. Can I equip it? Minimum level 36. Yes, I can. I'll put that probably as my main weapon. Cool. Alright, so we got a new weapon also. And I didn't even have to make it. That's always a good thing to see. So we want to put this right over... Okay, we got time on that also. I want to check, make sure. We want to get rid of the oak club. So we're gonna move this one here. Oh, right. I don't have room to do it. That makes sense. Here, sell those, and then we'll take care of this from here. So we'll move this one out. Move this over. Or actually no, this needs to stay there. And then Donde está? Where is it? That's the old one. I'm just blind and missing. Is this it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind binding it. Let's see. Trying to get people to check your channel out. Oh, thank you, Jackie. You know, it's really... That's something that I can't overstate how much that actually helps. Because I can sit here and say... Hey, everybody, check out my channel. This is the stuff we do. And I do want to do some stuff like put up a channel trailer and change some of the branding and stuff like that, because I think that will help a lot with really telling people what it is that we're about. But without the sharing from you guys and the support that you guys give, I can't get it out there as much as you guys can get it out there. So it definitely does add up and make a huge difference, and I really do appreciate that. And it means a lot to me also that you guys are like, this is such a cool place that I want to tell other people to come here too. It's really really fascinating for me, actually. Ooh, these are actually really good. Let's put those on. Now to find something else that I can't see. Oh, that was much easier than the last time. And we'll sell these ones. Get a nice boost to agility, which is really good for a hunter, by the way. Let's see. Got me on Discord. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to catching you tomorrow then. I'll put up a message. I'll tag everyone at like 12:30 saying in an hour we're going to be doing the voice chat. And I mean, you guys are welcome to hang out and chat with each other outside of that. But you know, when I'm not there probably won't be too much in the way of moderation. So if you notice that something is getting out of hand, which is bound to happen in some places at some time. I mean, even with, you know, people like Jack and Mark and their communities, every so often stuff will get out of hand. If I'm not going to be there for outside of those times, then there's not really going to be a moderator around. So just, if you see it happening, you know, see if you can quiet it down. If you're feeling like you're involved with it, then it might just be best to just be like, you know what, let's just get away from here for now. And we don't need to get involved with that. So that's just just something that I was thinking about with it. I'm sure it'll be fine, but you know, just as a heads up. Tweet it out. Trying so hard, it's like no one's noticing. Hope eventually people notice it. You know what? It's really actually, it might feel like that, but sometimes you don't even notice the impact, right? Because I mean, you can see how many people you have following and all that other stuff, but at the same time, you can check out the analytics, sure, but sometimes people might be like, okay, yeah, I clicked on the link, and some people might not say anything, or they might not say where they came from, but they're here, or they're at least looking at it, and that still makes a difference. And even just putting it out there in general makes a difference, because it means that people are seeing it more than I could do by myself. So even just doing that, I really do appreciate it. What do I want to take from here? I gotta sell some of this stuff. I'm trying to take like all the junk stuff to get rid of first. Let's lock these shoes for now. I don't even know if I want them, but I know that I don't want to sell them yet. And it's much easier to hit sell all. Cool. All right. I hope posting that speed paint helps. Yeah, that's right. I still actually have that picture, and I keep it in the same folder as my finished streams and my videos. So I have that picture, and it, based on the way that the naming convention for the videos, that picture is right at the end of streams and in between recorded videos that I've named. So it's pretty much in a prime spot that I'm looking at whenever I go into that folder. But I was really, really happy to see that were, I mean, all of the art that's come through, it's always fascinating, and Brian actually, Gerbeagley, talked about this too. And it's something that I definitely agree with. People might come by and be like, I did this art, but my art sucks and it's not good, but I did it and hopefully you like it, but it's not any good and I'm not good at art. And his response, which I definitely can get on board with, is you still did art for me. Like that's crazy. And I really do appreciate, like, you, it's amazing anyway. Like, even if you don't think it's great, it's still amazing. And the fact that you would actually do something for the creator, the way the creator looks at that, it hits them where they're like, whoa, that is for me. That's, somebody drew that for me. And it didn't involve me being like, I'm going to pay you for this. So that's just something that I just thought of when we were talking about the speed paint. But I did really appreciate that piece of work. Thank you. Anyone could please help me with music from speed paint. Be immensely helpful. I don't know if I'm the best with that. But, I mean, there is a lot of stuff over on YouTube's Creator Studio where there's songs that are included, or you can find other stuff that's royalty free that you can include. Jeff the Cow, how's it going? Could definitely improve on my skill, but I've come forward with skills. You know what? I mean, it's something that like anything else. It takes a lot of work, but the more you do it, the more you learn and the better you become with it, is generally how that goes. Ah, Jeff. How are you today? I know we're pretty much winding down here, but doesn't mean I'm not happy to see you, I promise. Also, I'm noticing that I happen to find a bunch of agility things, which are really, really helpful and better than the things I was using. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep taking those. I'll just use all these, thank you. Take that free reputation. I think this is actually, I'm going to push us out of the friend zone, but I'm going to do that in a second. I actually want to focus the window on it. Can do that. I'm going to keep these leggings just in case I might have a character that can use them later. We'll see. The dagger we can keep. What is this? Two-handed hammer. You never know. We'll see. And I'll take all that. So we actually have everything now. Took care of our overflow for the inventory, which is always a good thing to do. I like that they have that where you can kind of get back somewhere safe so you can take care of your inventory issues. Let's see. Make a channel for Bailey. I feel like just be plain silly. Aw. Hey, you never know. I mean, there are niches for everything. Niche. I never know how you pronounce it. But it's pretty amazing the sort of stuff that's actually out there if you really think about it. Furiously rings cowbell. Oh no. Let's see. I'm working on a poem for Rose are red, violets are blue. Cowbell, do you? Aw. I hope you do too. Aw. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. That is so sweet. It's really cool just seeing the stuff that you guys come up with. And we're totally getting out of the friend zone, guys. The Matham Society, we're not gonna be in the friend zone any longer. Right now. Yeah. Now we're allied with them. Which is another title that you can go ahead and put on. We're gonna get more LOTRO points. Got a lot of those today, actually. Yeah, next one's worth 20. This one was 15, so I think that put us at 30 points for the day. That's not bad. That's pretty helpful. My name is Jeff. I feel like it's supposed to go to like music. My name is Jeff. My name is Jeff. I don't actually know what I'm doing. Don't pay attention to me. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Or not behind anything. The man in front of the camera. Or is it the Grand Galactic Inquisitor? Ignore me. I am a meme. My life is a meme. Insert my name is Jeff meme. Alright. I'm also working on fan art. Oh, cool. Thank you, Jeff. That I still am fascinated that you guys want to do that like at all. That's really cool. Oh man, that's what I mean. I've thought about it, and I'm gonna wait for now. But eventually, what I may even consider doing is putting and we're investing in a PO box. But I'm gonna give that some time and wait that one out for now, and just see where things go on that, because I wanna see how much of a demand there would be for it before I go ahead and start spending money on that, instead of putting it into, you know, the channel or the development of stuff. Take me a while. When I'm done, I'll put on Discord. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd be happy to see that. Thank you. That would be awesome. I don't actually know where I'm going in here, but to wrap things up here, it is already, what, about 18 minutes over what I said I was gonna do. Didn't we just talk about this, Jackie, before? But anyways, it is about time for me to wrap things up. Ooh, this thing looks fun, and like it might try to murder me. So we'll try and kill this real quick, and then we're gonna wrap things up here. Over here maybe. Can I? Yeah. Let's just try and murder this guy real quick. He stopped moving. Why'd he stop moving? Is it gonna try and give me like an anti-exploit thing? Cause I'm gonna be a little mad if I have to kill him all over again. One of your tweets blew up. Yeah, awesome. You know that, and that's one of the things that's crazy about Twitter too. Sometimes it'll just kind of like explode, and you'll be like, "Whoa, what happened here? How Ford did things?" Oh, there's the other guy. Oops, I may have pulled two of them. That may have happened just now. We need to slow this guy down a little bit. Slow him down a little. Just a little bit. Oh boy. They don't like me very much. Oh no, and they hit hard too. We need to solve that real quick. Oh boy, there's one behind me now. That is not what I signed up for. I am not interested in your free trials. Thank you for your patronage, though. Time to do this thing. The thing that gives me more morale for a little while. And hopefully I don't run any more of these things, because I don't know how I'm going to handle that. Oh, that sounds like a thing. We're just going to run. We're hitting the point where we're just going to get out of here if we can. Ow. Dead. That's unfortunate. Oh, well. But, let's see. Jack posted an anti-thing. It's a pack. Play at the disco. Nice. Yeah, that sort of thing happens, actually, quite a bit with those guys, I've noticed. But well said on that. Like 10 more followers. Cool. I think this cowbell will be a cow. Am I drawing a literal cow? Literally gonna be one. I mean, the fact that you're putting anything together, I think is really, really cool. So thank you for that. Goes to all of you, really. But it is definitely time for me to wrap things up. So thank you so much for coming by. If this is your first time here, please consider checking out some of my other content and subscribing if you're on YouTube or following over on Twitch. We do this every Tuesday evening, starting between 8 and 8:30 p.m. We run till around this time, around 10:30, 11 p.m. And on Thursdays, the current schedule is we go on the Streamers Connected channel and stream there from 8 to 11. But that I will post whenever I'm going live over there. I'll post here on this channel as well, so you'll know where all the info is. You can find it in the description. And over on Twitch, I'll be hosting it. But outside of that, we do plenty of charity streams and just hanging out and chatting with you guys. So I would love to see you around the community and hope that you share it with others if you think that they'll enjoy it. Outside of that, it is time for me to wrap things up. So thank you again so much for watching. Have a great night, everybody. And I am looking forward to seeing those fan art pieces that you're working on. So thank you for that as well. But it is time to head off. So I will catch you guys tomorrow on the Discord channel. We'll be doing our open house from 1:30 to 2 p.m. where you can all chat with me and other members of the community. But I look forward to seeing you there, and have a great night, everybody. See you later.